Hello and welcome to the final presentation for Group 1 in the Fall EDOD 677 course. This presentation is a collaboration between Group 1 members Lauren, Carissa, Adam, Greg, and Jeremy. This presentation is narrated by Jeremy Smith. We worked with a group in northern Colorado called Aspire. Aspire is a nonprofit organization that provides on-campus before and after-school care at over 30 locations in Colorado. Over the last 18 months, Aspire has undergone major changes at multiple levels of the organization. The executive director of 26 years retired, and a new one was hired, and it was determined that the organization was in need of redefining who they were and what they did. Organizational process and infrastructure are currently in need of updating, and goals need to be clearly defined for both the board members and the staff. Recently, the board and staff leadership team created a new mission statement. With a new mission statement in place, the board and staff at Aspire need to clearly identify a set of actionable goals and articulate a strategic plan for achieving them. The question for this project was, how can strategic planning help the Aspire Board of Directors and staff leadership identify new organizational goals and strategies? Utilizing action research methodology, our team developed the following plan to help Aspire achieve their goals. The literature review focused on a variety of topics. The first topic was the impact, structure, and overall basics on how nonprofit organizations and board of directors work. Next, we looked at possible organization issues during the process of rebuilding. One of these issues was that goal setting can offend and produce biases. This was especially important to note considering Aspire's current situation. When we looked at the balanced scorecard model, this model emphasized the importance of including all stakeholders from financial, internal, and external views, as well as looking at the learning and growth of the organization. Next, we reviewed strategic planning techniques, which can be a powerful instrument in bringing about lasting change. Included in this review was how action research looks at strategic planning to help organizations maintain control and direction. Finally, we reviewed the steps to create a good organization vision. This included information on directions for change, motivation, coordination of action, and leadership participation. The approach to the research included a rigorous search of strategic planning and action research methods regarding sustainable organizational change and organizational leadership transitions. This type of research was suitable for this situation as Aspire recently underwent an executive director change and implementation of a new organizational mission statement. Our team of 5 researchers collected and examined literature and studies regarding the strategic planning process. This included a variety of aspects ranging from action research articles to organizational experimentational studies. In addition, research was conducted with the research facilitator, an individual from our team, who participated in a strategic planning retreat with the Aspire organization. This allowed the facilitator to interact with participants to gauge additional understanding of the Aspire board and staff. This research consisted of dialogue, observations, organization history, and organizational documentation review. The facilitator had an established relationship with Aspire organization and research participants. This was beneficial to gaining inside information regarding the organization and also allowed our team to tailor research findings to the organization. The participant sample consisted of the Aspire board and staff leadership team. This consisted of 9 board members and 6 leadership members. Additional Aspire staff members also offered research feedback to the research facilitator, who gained internal insight on the issue. Our gathering techniques consisted of interviewing, data collection, and data analysis procedures. All data was gathered either in person by the research facilitator or through article and study databases and document searches by our team. We then selected, categorized, and labeled information according to issue, relevancy, and organizational expectations. We specifically sought information on the strategic planning process, as Aspire is interested in identifying new organizational goals and strategies after a recent leadership change. The research was carried out rigorously. All procedures and processes were credible, transferable, dependable, and free of bias. Limitations in the research process were limited, and our team maintained the rights and privacy of research participants. Our research spanned 3 months of our course. In September, our group collaborated to propose our research topic and first description of the Aspire issue. In October, we assigned tasks to group members to assist in the final project culmination. This included much communication and collaboration to conduct research, develop drafts of work, and eventually our final report. Finally, in November, our group once again collaborated to produce this final presentation. An organization like Aspire relies heavily on leadership that give the life to the organization because they live and breathe the mission and vision and provide a solid direction for the organization. Aspire has undergone some major changes in its organizational structure over the last 18 months, which has disrupted the organization, which has stood strong for the last 26 years. The program's 30-plus locations and over 120 employees have relied on the leadership and stability of a single executive director, and when that went away, and when a new leadership was brought in, there was an identity crisis. Aspire's board of directors are paramount to the success of the organization, and they need to understand that their leadership and direction has an effect on the whole of the organization. The values, actions, and attitudes of the board have to be in alignment with the staff of the organization. They are what drive the organization and create the community in which Aspire operates. The same can be said for the staff of the organization. If they aren't in alignment with the board, and if their actions and attitudes aren't in alignment, the cohesion is lost and the organization can't succeed. The Aspire Board of Directors wants to make a change in the direction of the organization from a stopgap organization to an option their stakeholders seek out. The new goal of the organization may not directly align with the former goal of the organization, and a change this drastic may cause an upset in the perception of the staff and the current set of stakeholders. An identity crisis, which is all too common, according to this team's research, in nonprofit organizations going through a similar set of circumstances. Leadership is so important to any organization, and one could argue that leadership in a not-for-profit world is paramount to the success of the organization. When there are clear, specifically stated goals, a clear mission and vision, and a leadership team with a clear expectations, you have the starting point for a successful organization. Research has shown us that when an organization doesn't maintain a clear and focused direction with the buy-in from all of its stakeholders, that the organization has a tendency to struggle and most of the time fail. Aspire has sought out help in trying to solve the problems of their organization is facing, and doing so before it is too late. On behalf of Group 1, I'd like to take a moment to say thank you for reviewing our presentation, and have a wonderful day.